I'm logged in and it's recording, but there's nobody there, so I don't know if they're having problems logging in. Should I just start or wait for a little bit longer? Oh, there we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Sydney. How are you?
Good, you?
Good, thank you. You enjoying all the sunshine?
Yes. We were going to come in, but it's too nice, and we have a phone call later with John, so we'll be in on Friday to do it at the lab with you.
Perfect. All right. Do you have a TheraBand by any chance?
Yes. Okay. Do you want to take both, please?
Yeah.
We have 3. You got 3 people in this video today.
Oh my goodness. Do you guys have 3 TheraBands?
We have 2 and then 1 red band. So.
We have 3.
Oh, we have 3. Yes.
4.
Oh, we have 4. We have the light blue one.
There's lots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
oh, yeah,
perfect.
We have one for you if you want.
Awesome. I'll let you guys get set up. Hi, everybody. It's the whole house. Hello. Alrighty, let's get ready for stretch. Oh, I have to mute your lovely voices. Sorry. That's just turning the app off. Let me try again. All right, that way people watching the recording only have one voice. Mute all. Sorry. Goodbye. If you have any questions, feel free to wave madly at me or unmute yourselves. All right, let's start on our backs. Don't kick anybody. Spread out. And we're gonna take one leg up nice and high. Bring your knee in. Good. We're gonna take this foot and grab the same arm as leg from the outside so that it comes to a stretch right next to you. You can really, really bend your knee. That's it. If you do any yoga, it's like half a baby pose. Really push your knee down as much as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch legs. The other knee comes up. Squeeze with the knee, good. Hold on to the outside of the foot with the same arm as leg. And bring it beside you. Push the knee down as much as possible. So the leg is here, and you bring it to the side right beside you. And you're pulling with your arm, pushing your knee down. Good, come back to center. And the other knee comes up. So we're back on our first side. We're gonna try and keep the knee as high as possible and gently extend. Your leg might not be able to extend to a full stretch, so here's what we're gonna do. Keeping the knee up nice and high, we're gonna extend the leg to wherever it goes while the knee is still high. Flex the foot and bring it back in. Point, extend, flex, and bring it back down. Point, stretch, flex, and back. You can use your hands to guide it just so it has a little bit extra stretch at the end. Flex, and back down. If you can't reach your foot very comfortably, this is a good time to start using the TheraBand. And you can use the TheraBand as a little bit of an extra stretch. Flex and bring it down. Point, stretch, flex, bring it back down. Point, stretch, flex, and bring it back down. Let's do 3 more. It's just your warm-up round. You're going up with the pointed foot, and you're coming back in with the flexed foot. 2 more. And 1 more. And switch sides. So same thing, if you want to use the TheraBand on the other side, because you're having trouble reaching or just because it's more fun, bring your knee in as high as it goes. Extend as best as you can. Flex your foot and bring it back in. Point, stretch, flex, and bend. Point, stretch, flex, and bring it back. Always bring it back to that bent knee, and always try and keep the knee as high as possible as you extend. Good, and bring it back down. All right, now it's actually time for a TheraBand. So I'm gonna get you guys to loop it around both your feet so that they're connected. And we're just gonna loop around so that when you're pointed, both of the loops come out from the center. Don't tie them too tight so that your feet can still survive. Good, and for our warm up today, we're gonna put 2 legs down and we're gonna start kicking with 1 leg and then the other. It doesn't matter if you can't kick really high because your TheraBand is short or really tight. The point is to warm that leg up and to work against the resistance of the band, wherever that's at. Good, so we're gonna do 20 kicks on the right side. Here we go. Right about 18, 17, 16, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to the first side, except we're going to switch and take the TheraBand off of the opposite foot. And instead, we're going to pull on it. So we're going to take our leg up and see what kind of distance gives us a little bit of a pull for the leg. And we're going to use that resistance on the way down. So we start up here. Hold your TheraBand. And here we go, down for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back. Nice, switcheroo. Other side. Give it some tension by holding it. And everybody looks kind of ready. Nice, here we go. Really stretch the other leg. Stretch the top leg that's kicking. Both legs are straight. Perfect. Here we go for kicks down. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Nice. You can stay there like that. We're going to roll over onto our side. We're going to extend throughout the other side on our supporting arm so that when we have a straight leg, we've got an arm over here. It's not completely straight so that the TheraBand doesn't hit you in the face. It's a little bit forward. Yeah. And your supporting leg is bent. I'll give you guys a second to organize. So I think, yep, you guys are all in the right position. Perfect. We're going to go down from here and up. If you feel like you're not getting any tension on the up, you can grab a little bit more around your arm and you'll get a little bit more tension. Here we go for 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Other side. Peel that off your foot. Roll over to the other side. And 1 on the leg that kicks, 1 on the supporting arm. Check on that distance. Maybe do an extra wrap or an extra grab with the supporting arm. And that looks like we're mostly set up. All right, here we go for 20. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Good. I'll warm up on the back legs. No TheraBand for this one, but on the floor, hands and knees on the floor. Let's see if there's anybody else. Oh, I'm gonna switch screens. There we go. Okay, that way I can see if I fit in the screen. All right. Hands and knees, I can't see you guys because you're tiny, so follow along if you're ready. Hopefully, check that there's nothing you can kick behind you. If you need to nurse your wrists, make sure that you're on your fists. Just be careful with that. We're gonna take one leg out behind us. Make sure it's straight behind you. We're gonna start by lifting 10 times. Here we go for lifts. 10, this is not a kick. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up for 10. 9. Push it up as high as you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little kicks up for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time, big kicks up as high as you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 10 lifts. Here we go. Lift for 10. 9. Keep your shoulders square. 8, 7. Lift as high as you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay up and push the leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little lifts up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And kicking as high as you can, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rise up into downward dog from here. Make sure you don't kick anybody in the face. You're going to take one leg up nice and high and bring it into the center. Your knee comes between your wrists and you're flat on the ground. Good, let's do a twist here. Bring your opposite front arm to the knee and reach around to your back leg if you can, or to the floor beside you. That's good too. Couple breaths here, long in the head and neck and shoulders down. Coming back to center. Let's step that front ankle out a little bit further. And we're gonna reach up and over to stretch forward for a few breaths. Coming back up. Walk that ankle back in. Tuck the toes under on the back foot. And back we go to downward dog. Same thing on the other side. Leg up. Bring the knee in between the two front hands. Bring your opposite hand to knee and reach around as far back as you can to the floor or to your leg. Sitting up nice and tall, tall with the neck. Create space in the spine. Coming back to center. Walk that front foot out a little bit more. So I'm making sure that my ankle is right about here. You can't see it. There we go. And lean forward gently. If you need to tuck the leg back in a little bit more, go ahead. Just work where your body lets you lean forward here. And peeling our way back up to center. Tuck your foot under a little bit. Come back to downward dog. And go find a riser of some kind. So I'm gonna use my trusty little foam roller here. So any riser, like a bunch of pillows or a yoga block, a stack of books, anything will do that's a little bit off the ground. Oh, that's totally crooked. Let me readjust that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we've got some pillows on the go. Awesome. Okay, Here we go. Sitting down with your riser in front of you. And tuck one leg in and place your foot on top of the riser. We're going to use a nice flex foot and we're going to adjust our hips so that they're facing completely forward towards that flex foot. Good. Taking a nice big breaths to extend and create space in the spine. Inhale and exhale, lowering down over top of that foot and past. You can grab onto the riser or further forward if you can. Keeping the foot super, super flexed. And paying attention to your breath. Use every exhale to go a little bit further forward. Coming back out. Let's do that one more time. Reach up, create lots of space, reach forward, and reach up and over the foot as far as you can go over the riser. Nicely done. Keep that foot super, super flexed. Try and get your elbows on the ground if you can, or your head to your knee, or another little goal that you set for yourself. Set a little goal that you might be able to reach in a few breaths. As you relax with your exhales, try and work towards it. Feeling yourself back up. Let's switch legs, other side. Tuck your other leg and make sure your hips are still facing forward. Really, really flex with that front foot. Good, let's create some space. Reach nice and tall, nice and long. And when you're ready, big inhale and a huge exhale as you reach forward. Reach past your riser. Set a tiny little goal for practice today, something that's about an inch away. What do you want to get before the end of this exercise? Let's rise up again. Inhale nice and tall. And use that exhale to get closer to that goal. Good, nice and far. Is your goal to touch something on the carpet that's a little bit further away, or just get to the end of your riser, or put your head on your knee? Whatever that might be, work with the breath, and every exhale, try and get a little bit closer to that goal. Good, peeling back to center. Both feet in, and let's take a foot out to the side. It doesn't have to be perfectly out. It can just be wherever your hips naturally let you. If you want to move it a little bit further out, you can. And we're going to keep the other foot in place where it was, hips facing forward. Nice. And it's going to be the same exercise, reaching up nice and tall and leaning forward into that stretch. Try and work really hard to keep your hips reaching for the floor so that your sit bones are still touching the floor at all times. From here, we're going to gently walk our way over to the top of the knee, pushing your sit bones to the floor. And walk our way over towards the foot that's on the riser. Coming back to center. We're going to leave the foot there and rotate the hips so that that foot is now behind you. Keep the knee nice and straight. Nice. And we're going to try and hold a balance there if we can. We can put our arms up if our bodies allow us to do that. Keeping your back knee super, super, super straight. Good. We're going to try and rise up out of that by supporting the front leg. Good. And lower down. 4 more. If you need your fingertips on the floor, that's totally fine. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Good. Tilt over sideways a little bit to allow the other leg to come up into a split. So you might be up nice and high, or you might be pretty low to the ground. Whatever level you're at, keep your foot on the riser. It'll just give that extra stretch in the back leg rather than always stretching in the front leg. Rotate your hips forward. Make sure that back knee is nice and straight. So if you find that you're off the ground, try to avoid bouncing, but rather tense your legs so that they're working really hard. And then use that roller to let your leg roll down. So pick it up, roll that leg up, and then roll that leg back down. Try not to bounce. Pick it up, lift with your legs, roll that leg in, and roll back down. If you want, you can even try with just fingertips on the floor, less pressure in your hands, and rolling back down. Once you've done that a few times, let's stay there for about 20 more seconds. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll over sideways. Together your legs and shake it up. Okay, let's go with the other side right away. You've got the riser on an angle at your side. Nice, the other foot is in. We're gonna create lots of space in the spine, reaching up nice and tall and leaning forward. Gently walk your way over to the top of the bent leg. Push your sit bones down so that both hips are still touching the floor. And walk your way over to the other side. Your foot is super flexed. This is especially important at this point now. You can use holding onto the riser to pull yourself a little bit further forward towards the foot, not necessarily down, but just forward, creating more space in your spine. Feeling the stretch in the lower back, in the side of your back. And coming back up to sitting, we're going to gently rotate away from that, leaving the foot on the riser. And sit up onto that supporting leg. Good, make sure it's behind you. If we can, up with the arms, fingertips on the floor are okay too. Let's rise using our leg muscles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, keeping the back leg super straight. You can lean either way so that your front leg can stretch and climb up and over on top of that, or sitting down flat. Now instead of bouncing, we're going to roll our way up and roll our way back down. If you're on a riser that doesn't roll, just think of lifting up, 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 squeezing your legs together to create that lift and then relaxing into it. If you've got a roller, you can roll it right in and then roll that right down. Using your back leg and your front leg too, helping out to push down into the ground rather than by lifting yourself up with your arms. Good. Remember not to hold your breath. Once you've done that a few times, we've got about 20 seconds left. Keep that back knee nice and straight. If you feel the need to move around, try flexing and pointing the front foot. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hop out of that sideways. Gather everything back in. And shake some life into your hips. Nice. We're going to go back to where we started on our front leg. This time we're going to grab the TheraBand if we have one. Lying down on the floor. And let's wrap that around our foot, just in the middle, nice and easy. Good. This makes it so that you can flex your foot without the TheraBand falling off. And we're going to use that to stretch forward. Really keeping the leg straight. If you need to gently hold your knee to remind it to stay straight, you can. You do not need to push it straight, just gently tap your hand against your knee to remind it. If your leg is already somewhere where you can grab it comfortably, go ahead, but keep the foot flexed, and you might want to keep some tension on the TheraBand to remind it to stay flexed. We're going to use the breath and we're going to gently pivot the leg out to the side and back in front of us. To the side and back in front. Keeping your knee straight, keeping your foot flexed, side and front. Keeping that motion moving, keep the foot flexed. Keep the hips facing forward so that the leg is turned out, rotating to the side and coming back in front of you. Feel a hamstring stretch, a calf stretch. Good. Now keeping that tension on, you're going to push the leg away from your hand and try and push it down opposite your hand so your hand is really holding it back, pulling on it. And then relax and pull your foot in. Good, one more time, extending, pushing away from the TheraBand, holding it back. Looking to fight against the TheraBand with the leg, and then pull it in. And stretch. Bending the knee, and extend, just like when we started. Couple more. This time you don't have to flex and point, just do what's natural. Bend and extend. Keep the tension on the TheraBand. Bend and stretch. Good. 5 more. Bend your knee and stretch. Lots of tension on the TheraBand. It doesn't have to be flexed or pointed, whatever's comfortable. 3 more. And bend for 2 more. Bend and stretch for 1 more. Good. Let's pull it as high as we possibly can with the TheraBand. One last pull. And as we let go of the band, we're going to try and keep our leg there. Using your muscles, keep it nice and low. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Other side. Press against the TheraBand, 1 loop around, and you're good to go. You're going to keep your foot flexed and pull that leg in as high as it goes. Gently check if your knee is straight. Possibly remind it to push a little bit further and flex that top foot. Use your breath to stay here for 3 more breaths. Inhale. And gently pivot your leg to the side and back. Move it for a little bit. Keep on going. To the side and back to center. Try to keep the foot flexed here. Side and center. Side and center. Keeping that tension on the TheraBand, keep pulling. Three more. And return to center. 2 more to the side. Flex your foot. And to center. 1 more. And back. Good. Pulling on your TheraBand, pull away with the leg. Try to fight it as you're pulling it. And bring it back up to stretch. Again, pull away. And bring it back up to stretch. Couple more times, fight against the TheraBand. And stretch. Good. This time bending your knee. And stretch. Doesn't have to be flexed or pointed, bend and stretch. Bend at the knee. And really pull with the TheraBand. Five more. 4 more. 3. And stretch for 2. And stretch for 1. Stay at 3 more breaths. Let go with the third round. Keep the leg there for 10. Pushing it down using your muscles. 9, 8, 7, 6. Nice straight legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. Lower the leg. Good. All right, you guys. One last big stretch in our straddles forward. If you need a riser on either side because you're pretty bendy and just stretching the splits doesn't do anything for you, keep a riser out. Otherwise, let's do a big straddle stretch. And we will walk our way up onto our elbows right on top of that stretch. For those of you guys in the house, maybe face sideways so you can all fit, or diagonal, that's perfect. Good. If you're already flat on the floor, going up and over your split, use a riser like I'm doing. Otherwise, up and over we go without a riser. Make sure that our legs are in a nice straight line as we do this. You might be able to prop yourself up onto your hands or onto your elbows if you can get forward a little bit more. There you go. Can you get forward down onto your elbows by any chance? Is her leg in the way? No. Perfect. Yeah, there you go. Try not to bounce. If you need to, squeeze your muscles and release. Good work, you guys. Keep going, keep going, keep going. About 15 more seconds. Now, those of you without a riser, stay there. For those of us with a riser, we're gonna come up and switch sides. If you don't have a riser, you're still stretching your split. This is just a quick side change if we're on a riser to the other side. Good. If you're still on your split, nice, nice, nice. Good. Now play around with tilting your hips because if your face is on the floor, your hips are going to be quite light. So sit up onto your elbows and put some weight into those hips. You should feel a bigger stretch. Make sure your legs are parallel to the floor and your feet are facing forward so that you're not stretching your hyperextension, but you're stretching from the hips. And take everybody on camera over there. You're good. 15 more seconds. And sit back to crawl out of that. Head for the hips, we're going to cross one knee over the other. This is our last cool down stretch. Spread your foot up and over the other knee. It doesn't have to be perfectly crossed. Just wiggle into that. Nice. And we're going to reach forward, up, and over all of this as best as we can. So if you're having trouble, you have one leg with your knee in front of you, yeah, and just bring your foot across from that. Yeah, that's it. And you're facing in that direction. So if you're going to sideways a little bit, so you're going to lean sideways this way. You're absolutely in the right place. Yep. Lean forward as best as you can. Good. If that's too easy, you can work on crossing your knees a little bit more or opening up your ankles so that they're a little bit further away from your body. Sit up, lean back, crisscross the other way. Switcheroo, nice. One side might be tighter than the other. And lean up and over all of this. Good, sitting up. We're gonna come down to whatever shape this is. I don't have a technical name for this. I'm downward dog. We're gonna do one last stretch for the arms and for the upper back. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Gently bend your knees so that they're not locked. And let your hands be over your head, nice and straight. Like a hamstring stretch and stretch, and also move your arms and shoulders. Let your neck hang loose. You can rotate it from side to side a little bit, whatever feels comfortable. Just make sure you're not walking the knees straight. Let go of the hands. Sit up. Elbows pressed against the hips. And pushing the hips out, you might need to walk your feet out a little bit further so that you can stretch out of this one. Push your shoulder down into one leg so that your torso is facing towards one foot. You're pushing the other away. If you need to, you can use your hand as well to push into that turnout. Coming back to center. Face the other way, either using your elbow or your hand to get a little bit more of a stretch. Coming back to center. Walk your feet in. And that's it. Balance. I'll come up and say bye. How do I do this? Unmute. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How'd it go? We feeling stretched?
Yes. It's good.
Yeah. Good. 2 minutes in each of your splits if you want to further stretch on any particular side or in any direction. Yeah. Other than that, you guys are super warm and ready to go for any other bendy things that you want to do. If you have some upper back exercises to do, I suggest stretching your upper back by rolling up on the floor like this, pushing your arms down and stretching your arms. Some of you guys have particular stretches that you're working on. Don't forget to do those, yeah? How's the sunny weather? Is it still sunny out? Not really, eh? You can't see from here.
Kind of.
It's still nice.
Yeah, did you guys have a good weekend? Anything fun?
Picnic, enjoying the
yeah.
sun. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Nice, nice. Yeah, mental health time outside. Super nice in the sun. It's definitely a bonus. Enjoy your morning coffees or tea or whatever you're having, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for
Yes.
making time for class. See you soon, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.